Okay guys, NVIDIA update today. It is up 5%. So before we jump into the charts and what I'm watching for the stock, I want to start with a couple examples. So when I started somewhere in 2016, hot theme was blockchain. This is Google Trends, interests, okay? And then as a Bitcoin hit 70K, back then, back in COVID, after crashing 90%, it came back up. It didn't disappear anywhere, okay? And then EV stocks, right? During COVID. And now AI stocks trend. Story is always the same. That's my point. But these things are not going to go anywhere. I'm not saying that AI names are going to disappear anywhere, just like EV stocks didn't disappear anywhere and blockchain didn't disappear anywhere. It's just the point that, like right now, if you listen to earnings, or if you don't even listen, you just go to use hotkeys and just compare the keywords that are using companies to just squeeze in that word in their earnings, AI, you'll see that there are more and more companies mentioning. And that happened in 2017 when blockchain was a thing. A lot of small caps would go crazy. So we're at that stage, okay? And I'm not saying that this is the top. Very well not, baby. But we'll take a look at Tesla. So let's take a look at Tesla. I know a lot of friends who got stuck in NIO when I told them that these things will come back down. Well, that's not the video about. I want to just take a look at these moves that happened with, well, since the biggest EV stock was Tesla, this was the peak of the EV mania, right? So, and even on a Google Trends, you can see this is like recorded fact, right? And what stock did, okay? So NVIDIA very well could be at its moment right here, right now. It will have its dip, it will have its correction, slow summer, going into October, November. Well, it can go up a lot higher. I'm gonna bring up the Zoom example as well. Well, this is for COVID stocks, right? I don't think I pulled this data, but if you just go back, take a look at the Zoom as well. Same thing, somewhere right here. That was the peak. And you will see this with every stock. On top of its move, it will be very volatile, okay? It will be super volatile, and it will go back to trading it at its fair value. And I'm not saying TSLA here after its peak trading at its fair value, but it's just 50% below, 60% below its all-time highs, and it can come down to trade at $100, okay? Same thing will happen to NVIDIA. 1000% guaranteed. Come back 1 year later, 2 years later to this channel and comment that it will have a move. Okay, it can break out $1,000. Whatever the high it's gonna make, it will come down 50%, easy peasy, and it will trade at its fair value, and it's not gonna be as volatile as it is right now, because at the moment it is going crazy because demand is still there. You can see at the Google Trends, just I showed you guys, more and more people are Googling AI stocks, and the best at the moment, leader, that's why I showed you guys Tesla, which was leader of the EV names, catching more of the attention, and that's why I'm comparing the stocks charts with Tesla, right? So, but every other EV name has come down almost like 95%. I mean, NIO, I talked about NIO. Yeah. So what I'm watching for NVIDIA from here, let's just take a look at the chart. 905%, and this week is pretty big option expiration. So I don't think that it will be flying into the weekend going back to above 958, but that's my resistance. That's what I'm watching for the stock as a resistance right here, right now. Today's high 908, 911, 910. I'm going to be watching it on an intraday short-term basis, this level, but I'm not trading. I'm looking at the volume, relatively lower volume today. And I'm looking at the option activity today. Well, we still have a lot more hours, basically half a day left until market close. 850,000 calls were traded, 440,000 puts were traded. And I don't know, somebody is playing here with the option activity where they were just coming in, just throwing on weekly 1870, 1920, 1890, like thousands of orders. I don't know what's the goal, to make the volume bigger. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing put spreads for March, short-term calls. I'm not seeing long-dated crazy calls outside of the money. I'm seeing for May, people are coming in like decent, ultra short-term. Even AMD was having some flows, calls into May, June, and same thing here as well. May 1080, I'm seeing $1,200 call for this week, 1080 call for this week. And a lot of these calls that are in the money, these could be spreads, but they're well in the money, 855, 860, and these are spreads. So I cannot clearly tell that there are a lot of people coming in to buy options to move the stock. Pretty messy option activity for me to read and to tell that like it's clearly looking bullish or it's clearly looking bearish. What I know is that implied volatility is high for NVIDIA. It is implying for the rest of the week to move anywhere up $50 or down $50. So I'm going to be watching NVIDIA in the range. It can stay here. It's not going to make new high. It's not going to make new low. So these past 2 days of lows, which is 850-ish, that's my support, and resistance, this 958, and I don't think we'll break to either side until Friday and until Monday, their conference, right? AI conference, GPU conference. So that's my update for NVIDIA. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.